Hello.
Oh,
Yes, we're together, but we're together in Scotland.
yeah. Yes. And we are enjoying the full moon, looking at her at least. Maybe some questions about the energy, but here we are.
Full moon
Yeah.
in Virgo,
Mhm.
lunar eclipse,
Yeah.
and Mercury retrograde as well.
Uh-huh. Oh, the joys, just the energy.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness me.
so lovely to see you. Thank you for watching. If you want to be updated when we post, don't forget to subscribe. You can find us also on Facebook, and please, follow us there or send us a friend request, whatever, because we often put things on Facebook as well about the energy that's going on. And I believe as it's full moon, it's over to you, Gwen.
It's over to me. Well, I got the Moonology Manifestation cards by Yasmin Boland, and I'm using Annie's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reid. Yes, so let's see what the cards have to bring. Right. So, yes, these 2 weeks have been a little turbulent, is it fair to say?
Interesting.
Interesting. That's the word.
Say it.
Yes. Interesting.
Sadly, this isn't gin or wine. We probably needed a bit of that.
Oh, right. Okay, let's shuffle the cards
Mhm.
and get them. Okay. Yeah, so the energy of this full moon, yeah, has been a little turbulent, but I think it's been there for a reason, and it's making us. It's a worm moon as well, so the time of the year just before the spring equinox that life is growing underneath and starting to bloom for when spring arrives. So I think that in its own definition is saying what's happening at the moment, that things are gradually surfacing and for the new beginnings. Right, so we got the new moon in Aries. Lovely card here, and it says go for it. And I think that's what we've got to hold on to. That's the feeling that we've got to never mind, oh God, when, or do I just leave it? Do I just no, you've got to go for it. You've got to move yourself forward. And I've got climb every mountain there as well.
Yeah.
So climb every mountain. What's the next line?
Search, is it a search? Forge every stream.
Forge every stream.
Yeah.
That's definitely it. Definitely the energy we need to.
Of every something till you find your dream.
There we go. There we go. I knew that song would come in for a reason. Not very good with lyrics, but we can rely on Annie for that one. Yeah. So and lots of oranges in there. So again, your sacral chakra. Making sure that you're ensuring that things are coming to life, are coming forward, and just holding on to that feeling. And something that's come over the last few days with me is keep yourself grounded as well. So certainly the energy there, we might be too much in our head. We've got to really try and stay grounded. And then we got, it's a beautiful card. The Diamond Dreamer there. And that says material wealth, true prosperity. And I think it is looking at the abundance that's going to be coming forward. And when it says material wealth, I think that's more to do with you as a person, as a material person, a material girl, a material girl. God, I've got songs coming in. I got songs coming in, no end here.
I'll do my grand dance, didn't material.
Yeah, and in here we've got it's like a genie coming out of a lamp, and I think that's what we've got to look for, this emerging of what's going to be happening moving forward. and that you're feeling that emergence now. It's just not happening yet, but keep hold of that feeling of things will happen. Then we got the new moon in Cancer, and again, the Cancer being, the main sign of the moon, but again, full of emotion, full of emotion. And this card says relax. And I think this is what I was saying. We're waiting for things to emerge, so it is about that waiting game. But try and relax, keep yourself grounded. A lot of green energy in that card as well. So looking after your health, looking after yourself as well, and making sure that you're taking those deep breaths, very deep breaths, and just relaxing. Keep yourself grounded. We've got the Spirit Whisperer here, and again, another green card.
Love that card.
So a lot of heart healing there as well. There's a lovely owl in the corner there as well. Providing that wisdom that we need for that. It says divine guidance and the higher knowing. Just be guided by the universe, be guided by your guides, and the divine, knowing that things will manifest and things will come to fruition. And she actually is sort of submerged, I feel, in water. So she's submerged in her emotions, but she's still breathing. She's still allowing herself to move forward, but remembering you have that guidance behind you. We've then got the first quarter moon in Gemini. Okay. I mean, it looks very purpley there, but when I look at it, I see lots of blues as well. But again, the duality in that card, coming from Gemini, and it's about speaking out what you want to happen. Allow yourself to speak out what you want to manifest. Don't keep it inwardly. Let it come out. That way it will happen. You need to ask the universe, you need to ask your guides, otherwise you're not putting it out there. You need to put it out there. Excuse me, I just need my gin. um, you need to put it out there, and making sure, especially when you're looking at the moon cycle, where we're going from full moon to new moon. It is that time of releasing and making sure that you're moving forward with that sole intention of what you're speaking to the universe, and making sure you're telling the universe what you want the next step to be, the next dream to be, your next goal, and using your intuition to do that, because you're feeling it. You just need to let that feeling it's inside out. Again, this is echoing that card. This is the Well Watcher, and it's all about the wisdom that we've said before. Again, she's got a lovely owl on her shoulder there, and using the divine power, as it says here, and just knowing. I've just got this feeling of stop being stuck in your head. Just allow others and the universe to help you, because you can't do it on your own. You will struggle doing it on your own. We are human beings in this world at the moment, in a lot of turmoil, but you're feeling that inside, and you need to just let that out and allow what's going to happen to happen. I can't, for some reason, I just got this message. You've just got to keep asking, and it will happen. Believe. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Believe that it will happen, because there's so many obstacles in our way at the moment, that it's stopping us seeing ahead. We've then got the last quarter moon in Aries. Okay. And And again, a beautiful card there. She's looking up to the moon, but there's some water there as well, and it's about reflecting. Um, but reflecting on, as it says here, your priorities, not not necessarily the little things. You know, what is that big dream that you have that you need to move forward into, um, and just reflect what will happen when that happens. Because at the moment we're all feeling, oh my goodness me, it's all too much. But spending time grounding yourself and reflecting on what is most important to you at this moment in time, to allow yourself to move forward. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think it's a repeated message, isn't it? Yeah. And my final card is the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. So that is a beautiful card there. Beautiful colours. And it says selflessness, humility, and conscious action. And I think that's again is the same message in that what we've got to do is make sure we are believing in self, believing in the universe, believing that your guides are around you to take you forward, and and you know, it says about conscious action, and I think sometimes we just tend to do it how we think it should be done, and not allowing, it just to flow forward, and happen more naturally. And I think this is the feeling that we're all getting at the minute, that when is it going to happen? Why is this in my way? What's causing this reaction, where really we should be taking that proactive action in believing in self and the universe. Yeah, I just felt those cards all were saying roughly the same thing, that we need to be trusting yourself, looking after self, and relaxing a bit more.
There's quite a bit of green heart healing in there.
A lot of green heart healing in here, definitely.
So I'm using my Nature's Whispers, and that's those, and Work Your Lights by Rebecca Campbell. When I was looking at which cards to use today, I was very much feeling like we're in the zodiac sign of Pisces, and that is always the end of the zodiac year, where we are dealing with the spiritual stuff. We've been through, just as in the tarot journey, we've been through lots of growth and evolution. Life's experiences have hit us either easy or hard, depending on where our viewpoint is or our focus is. And we come into the last bit of the zodiac that's actually asking us to focus on that inner spirit, the nourishment we need for the inner spirit, which may not be what we need in the material world or what we're getting in the material world. So I felt like the Nature's Whispers is about the material this month in this full moon, and the light cards are about the spiritual lessons, because we have to think about the last 12 zodiac signs. What 11 zodiac signs, somebody's correcting me. What have we learned about our spiritual aspect of ourselves? So it's with that in mind. The first card I've got is Assurance. Now, I love this card because I love the trees. We paid a visit to a tree I regard as Mother Tree, and if you look very closely, hidden in the tree is a female form. There's another form above, but in the middle there, at the heart of the tree, is the female form. And it is about, in our material world, do we assure ourselves that we have everything we need? We're that busy forging ahead going, what, in 3 months, and I need to do that by then, and this, what about right now? What about today? Is it a cake day? Or is it a two cake day?
We had that yesterday.
Yeah. And assuring ourselves that, like the tree, we are rooted. We will take the winds of change, but we can bend and be flexible, and we don't have to fall over. So this moon is making us think about that. How assured are we of ourselves, both in our material and our spiritual? Underpinning that card is another of my favourite cards, the Star Mother. See, we're getting that message, nurture, nurture, nurture. And that card represents, how can you mother yourself?
Mm.
You know, in your spiritual side, how can you ensure you've got, we talked about gratitude and service. How can you ensure that you're loving, forgiving, serving, and grateful for yourself? What are the lessons of the last zodiac year to remind you how to do that? Oh, this is these cards are just stunning today. This is celebrate differences. And look at the vibrancy of the colours. Look at the way we've got the creature of the sea and the creature of the land. This to me, and the Fibonacci spiral in the shell, this to me is about whatever is around us in a material sense. It is not a difference that is dividing us. It's a difference to be celebrated. We have at the moment in the material world so much language and actions of divide. What are we doing to put language and actions of coming together in place? Sometimes we need those tough, argumentative conflict times to get us to look at what matters to us, that brings us into community with one another. And when we're in a community, that's when we celebrate the differences. That's when we say all of us are in it together. And in a material sense, try and keep that focus. All of us are in together, because that's the way we can shift the viewpoint. That's the way we can change the hate speech and the gaslighting, by recognizing we are all the same. So a reminder, when you look at your material requirements, think about how others probably have much the same requirements as you, or desires as you, for what they want in their material life. The bits around the edges might be different. How you worship, for instance, how you worship might be different, but that doesn't make any of the differences in connecting to a divine source wrong or bad. You know, we have to own that sometimes we look for differences just to point the finger and say, oh, I'm going to blame you. So right now, think about, in your material world, what are you blaming yourself for and what are you blaming others for? Because it doesn't work out that way. And here we have the initiation card. We've got the gloomy side that we're standing on, and we've got the pathway to a very different kind of space. We can just see that beautiful blue and purple. Looks like the sea is out there. Looks like we're walking towards a beach. It's a crossing of the threshold. There has to come a point in your life when you nourish the spirit. You won't achieve the biggest and best dreams until you bring in that sense of connection to, it can be connection to others, it can be connection to your intuition, it can be connection to some sort of divine or belief system. It's a rite of passage. Being human is a rite of passage. We're learning how to love in a world that's been set up to have an absence of love. So Mercury is retrograde, so that is highlighting in this spiritual sign, where am I not loving myself enough? Where am I putting into my material world my fears? Because the fears manifest when Mercury's retrograde, and we go, oh, no, I didn't want this. This is horrible, whatever. But it's us. It's. We're not accepting that rite of passage. We're not accepting the initiation into a better, more spiritual, material view of the world. So keep focused on what I want is good for my soul as well as my material self. And that's important. The next card is vulnerability. And one of the things that we neglect when we're adults is the inner child. And for me, this card represents in our material world how we treat others, particularly children. We're all a child inside. We can be childlike or we can be childish. Which one has it been? Which patterns are the childish patterns? Which patterns are the childlike patterns? The childish patterns are usually sulking and anger and stamp your feet. The childlike are the joy, the wonder, the, oh my goodness, the daffodils are out. Yeah. But that involves us in acknowledging that we are vulnerable inwardly and outwardly. And it means acknowledging that our world places a lot of material vulnerability on us, especially with the energy of money and the sense of lack. And so it's very important over the next 2 weeks to try and work on recognizing that spiritually you have everything you need, but in the material world, that's true too. We don't know how many days we have. So today is the only day you have any certainty sort of about, because we're only midday. Who knows what it'll be like by evening, you know? So that makes us vulnerable. And when we feel vulnerable, we're frightened sometimes, fearful. But through that, we can be kind. How do you speak to your inner child? Are you childish or childlike with yourself? What's the joy in you? And I took a pause on this one in Rama, because this card is asking you to think about, we're going to go into a new year, a new zodiac year, where you're going to get all that youthful, Aries, childlike energy buzzing around you. And this card asks a question for the spirit, for you. What are you being called to journey to? What is that initiation leading you to? What uncertainty do you have to handle to get to where you want to go? Because sometimes we meet the uncertainty and we stop dead and we say, no, I'm not going, I'm not moving. This full moon is trying to get you to see over the last zodiac period where you've put your barriers up to the growth of your spirit, where you've stopped nurturing yourself or refused the opportunity to nurture or be nurtured. Yeah. If I want to go forward, surely it would be nicer to go forward with me at the center of my understanding of what I want out of my material world. But do I know me? Do I know what's important to me? Sometimes we have to have it taken away, and sometimes it's completely taken away before we can go, actually, that's a bit of a relief. Yeah. Didn't want that anyway. It was uncomfortable, or it was awful, or it was slowly killing me. So spend a little bit of time in this waning moon as you're letting things go, just listening to that inner voice of where you want to go. You know, it's not achievable if you don't dream it in the first place. Yeah. And here we have the laughter card. Two little cheruby people there giggling away, and that's exactly what we need. We need that childlike joy, the excitement. One of them's pointing at something. Oh, look what's ahead, you know, and they're on wings. The horses have wings. And so there's real opportunity for big movement forward in rainbow kind of ways in the material. It's not a spirit card, it's a material card. So you've got that opportunity. Bring the laughter in. If there is fear and division, bring the laughter in. Find the common ground. And I'll tell you what, a laugh is definitely common ground. You don't have to understand each other's language, but a smile that buds into a laugh, there's your tree grown. Yeah, there's your joy. Bring it in. Make sure that you're not so serious that it's so heavy. Children aren't serious. They've got a deep wisdom that takes us by surprise, but they are creatures of laughter and joy. So take that in your material world. And the final card I've got is just say yes. Sometimes it's hard to surrender, especially when we feel vulnerable. Sometimes we want to control. We want to say, no, I need it like this, and this. When actually what we need to do is take charge. If we take charge of ourselves, first and foremost, the material world reflects what we feel inside, what our spirit is telling us. And right now, your spirit is saying there's wonders aplenty. There's joy, there's laughter. You can find moments of gold in the darkest of days if you say yes and accept those coming in. We've got the opportunity to surrender to the process, to surrender to the endings that need to end. We don't have to hold on, surrender to them. And when those new opportunities pop up, because again, we've got that vibrant Aries energy who's going to be chucking stuff at us. Do you want to do this? Would you like to do it? We can say yes. We can make sure spiritually we're not inhibiting ourselves. Spiritually, we know that we are here. Whatever we encounter is for our growth and evolution. And we can turn that round. If we see it from a different point of view, a different pair of shoes, sometimes I do that, put a different pair of shoes on and say, right, how does this Annie see this whole situation?
Yes.
If we do that, we can say yes to these opportunities and experiences, and we can ride them out, rise above them, be in balance with the harmony is always underneath. The balance is always underneath, and we'll get there.
Something that keeps dropping into my head is the word emerging. And I think from your cards and my cards, it's like this joy is emerging, and it's having that faith in that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a star year. It does mean abundance. It also means a few pointy little bits, little jobs to say, you're resisting your abundance. Waking up to the spirit within, going, actually, oh, look what I've got.
Let it emerge.
Yeah. So I think
that's lovely.
That's our cards.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
fabulous.
Good. Very good.
So, as I said at the beginning, if you enjoy what we do, please like it, please subscribe, share it. We put it on our Facebook social media. I put it on LinkedIn. It goes on Blue Sky. So you can pick it up, the link up wherever you want to the YouTube video. And we'll be back in roughly a fortnight.
Roughly a fortnight, yes. For new moon.
New moon.
New moon.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.